what I enjoyed about cycling most was being out on the road or being out on gravel, as the case is more now, and just enjoying the freedom of two wheels. And with leaving the army as well, I did struggle a little bit with my mental health, and actually it was a fantastic tool and an avenue for me to get away from day to day, Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, whatever the case was, and just be with my thoughts and clear my head.
So I left the army in 2012. I got discharged with my hearing's a bit damaged after Iraq and Afghan. So cycling was a way to not get fat. I just found it hard to switch off. So actually cycling was a good way to keep the physical fitness going, and also to help with like the mental health side of stuff as well. The two go hand in hand offline. So I definitely had the army mentality of like 100 mile an hour, try and be the best I can at everything. So I really got into the road and racing side of stuff to start with. Raced at varying levels of success, not great, had a coach.
Come on, Chris! Come on, Chris!
And then just kind of fell out of love with the intensity side of it. It took away the fun of cycling. It became all about fixation on watts and heart rate and cadence and how far you were going, how fast you were going. It just took the kind of fun out of it. So started off on road and then migrated to gravel. So a guy that I served with sadly took his own life in 2018 following a battle with mental health, and actually whilst working at Sigma at the time, one of the event partners we were working with were looking to set up a kind of an inaugural gravel ride, and it just happened to be that the route in the area was along the South Downs Way, which is a part of the UK that we've been searching for Danny. And actually I kind of mentioned that it's an area that I've been covering, looking for my friend, and the military link, and obviously the charity that was looking to him involved was Walking with the Wounded, who are also a military charity, and it seemed the two were an obvious connector and a link to promote the ride. And actually I kind of got quite heavily involved in helping to organise the ride, and obviously rode it as well with some other Sigma staff. And that was really the first time I'd ever ridden off-road on a gravel bike. So it was a bit of a baptism of fire, but it was definitely the hook that kind of was like, yeah, this is quite cool, I enjoy this. And then from that, things like bike packing have evolved from it, and Danny's kind of passing was a catalyst to actually rekindle a positive thing, take a good thing out of a bad situation, as it were. Yeah, so I kind of, as a kid, I was always out playing on mountain bikes, and if you told me I was going to get into light current riding road, I'd probably laughed at you. I was more into mountain bikes and downhill and that side of stuff. So actually the conversion to gravel was kind of scratched the itch, I suppose, and taken me back more towards the off-road side of stuff. And it's just kind of rekindled my love with being on two wheels that aren't motorised. I'm also quite heavily into motorbikes, so I like the fact that you tend not to bump into hundreds of other people out cycling. Not that I'm against that. I just like riding on my own or with a group of mates, but it's just, by virtue of the fact you're not dodging traffic, or especially in London, it is just a much more peaceful experience. You might need to use a couple of road sections to get to some gravel, but once you get there, you're not going to see anyone else, maybe some dog walkers, the odd horse here and there, nature in general, and then you're just enjoying the outdoors and the freedom that comes with it. We're all probably guilty at some point or another of being in the rat race. I've worked in the city in London on the paper chase, and I've worked in, obviously I was in the army as well, and you're guilty of it being that monotonous sort of Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, and life gets in the way often, and that rat race, as it were, that pressure in some senses, it's probably been taken away. I mean, I'm sure the families out there that have had to homeschool and the pressure's maybe mounted more, but for the vast majority of people, you've been given and afforded the opportunity to maybe take a step back and reevaluate what's important in your life. Give yourself some sort of context and focus on what is really important to you.
I think I'm more about these days sort of enjoying the journey, and not necessarily how fast I get around it, but actually just enjoying what's there.